Ice Machine. Um, and that one I did on stage with a wonderful actor and dear friend who passed away. You might know who he is, Robert Buddy Staccato. Um, also a very good friend, and he had done this play, and so I knew that I wanted to do it. And Mike Wiles played his part, and he's just a wonderful actor. And that play, the desert, there's so much to sort of, the desert just represents so much. There's drifters there. There's people running away from LA. You run away to the desert because you're on the lam, or you're running to something or from something. And it's a place where people go to, take hallucinogens and expand their mind. And, there's so much to write about. And so that was a pretty easy one to feel connected to. And I wish I had it here. The spark for writing that play was a small drawing that somebody did that I cut out from a newspaper. And it was a guy walking to an ice machine, and it looked like a motel. And there was a light coming from the ice machine that looked like it was kind of otherworldly. And I've always kind of loved it. And so that really was the spark for that play. And that one is about a guy who's kind of lost, and he's not sure what's happening. And he meets a young boy who's actually a younger version of himself at this old abandoned motel. That's another thing you find in the desert a lot is, remnants of Route 66 and all these beautiful crumbling motels. And you can project and imagine the history that took place there. And so they kind of have this scene together. People who aren't from here, maybe they'll get a little window into what it's like to live here. Los Angeles is a mysterious and strange place. Over the years, people have said to me, why haven't you moved to New York? You want to be a playwright, And I love New York, but I just can't seem to leave LA because I'm so inspired by it. And, if you see David Lynch movies that are set here, he just captures that perfectly, that mystery and wonder and underlying sinister quality of Los Angeles. And I'm just really attracted to that. So if you don't live here, it'll be something new. If you do live here, you'll say, oh yeah, I can see that. And I think, I don't know, I mean, it's for people that like stories and the idea that someone's whispering in your ear. I mean, there's such an intimate quality with any radio play, because the actor's right there in your ear. And I really enjoy it as a way to listen to stories. And I just hope that, and my characters, they do say some strange things and some dark things and, some perverted things and all kinds of things. And it just seems like, wow, it's going right into the listener's ear. That's great. I think people should be listening. I mean, there's so much competition, so they can listen to everything in addition to mine. But again, I'm a Los Angeles native, and, I'm proud of my city and its murder history and, Hollywood and all the strangeness here. As annoying as it can be, it's also wondrous. And I'm a proud native. I don't know. That's one reason. I think that they're unique. It doesn't mean that it's a good podcast, but it's certainly unique in that these pieces are surreal. I think a lot of radio play podcasts, they're straight plays, they're naturalistic, which, don't get me wrong, I love naturalism also. But I think these, I haven't listened to many, but what I'm doing is a little different, because these are surreal. They're either a mix of naturalism and surreal, or they're even more surreal. And I think that's unique. And I think the degree of music is unique, and just sharing my love for, like we've been talking about, music as a facet of storytelling and not just transitional. Certainly films do it all the time. In fact, if you watch a TV show, procedural or 1 hour drama, it almost always ends with the last 2 minutes. They'll do a song and they'll show you the characters doing stuff, without speaking. So it's not a new idea that I've created. But I always seem to have more music, and these aren't musicals, but then other plays that are produced. And I think that's different. Whether or not it's worth listening to or people are interested in that, I can't say, but those are, and I guess also the plays sort of veer into the dark side of Los Angeles without being bleak. I didn't want the plays to be just, a slow boat to hell. But it is it's kind of the B side or the dark side. People come here from all over the world and they want to see celebrities and, do cool things and stuff. But, there's dark things that are interesting too. And I don't know. And that's always my interest when I visit somewhere. I want to go to the cemeteries. I want to learn about, some interesting things about the city. So it's like I was saying, it's sort of an alternate dreamlike audio tour of Los Angeles. I try to drop a play every month and a half. I don't want these to be binged. I kind of like the idea of the play being dropped and it, sitting there for a while so someone could listen to it again. That's one of the comments that I've gotten a lot from people is that they sort of defy categorization and they should be listened to again. And, you pick up nuances. And so I like that each one just kind of sits there for a good month or month and a half. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. I am the playwright, director, and creator of A Garden of Terrible Blooms podcast. We have a website where you can listen to the plays for free. It's www.terribleblooms.net. We also have some wonderful photographs and paintings, original art on the site. And of course, if you follow podcasts, you can download us from any podcast forums. If you're interested or intrigued or even hate Los Angeles, you might enjoy this podcast. If you're attracted to the dark side or, ghost stories or fairy tales set in urban environments, you might enjoy this podcast. The plays are short. They're 15, sometimes 20 minutes with a lot of original music from local musicians and, of course, local talent, local actors. And it was made with love. And I hope you enjoy it.